Good morning. This is Lori Kirstein from the Goodbye Good Girl Project with your Monday morning liftoff. Yep, it's Monday. It's that moment where we go, oh dear God, why isn't it still Friday night? Why isn't it still the weekend? What's happening here? And we go, yeah, it's really Monday. Is that so bad? Now, I'm the person who questions everything. That's what the morning liftoff is really all about. It's all about how do we live in such a way that we are plumping up our resilience? We are plumping up our joy. We're plumping up our creativity. We are plumping up our empowerment and our power to impact what our life really is all about. Now, I have been on the spiritual path for 33, 35 years, and I can tell you that I have looked at this from every side I can even find. And here's what one thing, such an important thing that is helping me get through COVID living alone as I do. Here's one thing that I have learned is that we can be and do what we want to be and do if we are willing to question, listen, and find those ways that give us the power we need. Now, when I say power, I'm not talking about power over. What I'm talking about is, let me give you an example. When COVID hit, excuse me, I was sent home from work and I was told you're on furlough. After about 2 weeks, I thought I might just lose my mind, so I better do something. So I front burnered this business, which had been on the side burner for a long time. And I said to myself, okay, so what can I do here? I can go looking for something that's going to support my efforts to move forward if I don't get brought back to work, then I can move forward. So I went looking for things to do. Now, notice that this is different from what I used to do in my 30s, which was sit down and despair. I mean, that one's easy. Sitting down and despairing, those are easy. You know, I know how to sit down on a couch and not get up. I know how to go into depression, but you know, there's so many better ways to live. And the thing that COVID has taught me that is invaluable is that I have the ability to impact how I experience my reality. Does that mean that I get to control my emotions and go, I'm not going to feel lonely today, or I'm not going to feel frightened today, or no? It means that I know that I have the ability to choose the direction of my thoughts and my behaviors. So I can say to myself, you feel lonely? All right, what can we do to make this better? I can get onto a Zoom call with somebody and then I won't feel lonely for that period of time. I can begin to meditate and to come into relationship with myself. And then I'm not going to feel so alone. Because once you start to find your ways to come into alignment with yourself, you realize you're really not entirely alone. Now, as it said, you know, it's much more fun to have God with skin on. It's a lot more fun as we're making the journey to have somebody to hold hands with. I mean, yes, it is. But if I just sat here and felt lonely, what else is possible for me? I'd rather do what else is possible for me. So I recommend that we understand that what COVID has provided us with, among many, many of its dubious gifts and its actual gifts, dubious for those who have suffered with COVID, who have died from COVID, the families who've lost loved ones, the gifts of COVID. Take advantage of the time that you've been given, if you've been given time. If you have not been given time, what do? You still have to do the same work. You still, if you want to teach yourself this great truth that you do have an impact on your life. You are a part of the fabric and the impact and the meaning of your own life. Start being curious. Start to ask questions. Start to see what is the actual truth. So if I say to myself, "Oh God, I'm so lonely." So I'm going to ask myself. So I'm asking myself a question, first of all. What question you ask yourself isn't so much the point as, are you looking for a real answer? Number one, you're not just going, "Why am I lonely?" I know that one real well. Why am I this? Why am I poor? Why am I this? Why am I sick? Why am I? We have a very human response or reaction, rather, of what the hell is going on here? And that's normal. The problem is we stop there. We don't keep going with questions that actually fuel forward movement. So, are we ready to fuel forward movement? Why am I lonely? Well, let me see. Why am I lonely? I'm lonely because I like to spend more time with people and now I can't. Okay. Is that actually true? Is it true that I can't spend time with people? Not really. I mean, I can take walks with some of my friends. So I could do that and I wouldn't be as lonely. Um, do I want a relationship? You have to ask that question if that's your thing of like, I'm lonely. Do you want a relationship? And you start to peel back these layers and you start to say, what is going to keep me blossoming and moving forward? And if you do that, you are going to come to understand that you really, truly are the limitless possibilities that you've believed in and you may have talked about for years, but you haven't really necessarily found your way into that belief as a given for every day, for every part of your life. When I started my business and I said, I really don't know how I'm going to make this happen. I'm not started it. When I front burnered it, I said, I don't know how I'm going to make this happen. And so I sat here and I looked out my apartment window and I said, hey now, I think I'll go find a way. And then I found a way. And then I said, how on earth am I going to do this all by myself? I said, you know what? I'm not going to do this all by myself. Let me think about this. Then I went and found a virtual assistant. Then I went into a little bit of, oh Lord, how am I going to actually pull this off in the time frame I gave myself? And I said, I'll just do my best. I'm just going to let myself off the hook. Everything moved me forward. Everything. So I offer you questions. I offer you the goal, not of the money, not the goal of the boat, not the goal of any of the health, not the goal of the weight loss, but the goal of how that internal goal of how do I support my unfolding? How do I support myself? How do I give myself fuel mentally, emotionally, physically that will help me become the vibrant person I am, regardless of circumstance? One more thought just came to me. A huge gift for us, not from COVID, but thank God we have Zoom. If COVID had happened, holy mother, if COVID had happened 20 years ago, that would have been loneliness. I wish you a beautiful week. Come visit Courageous Confidence Group on Facebook. And you can get in touch with me at support@goodbyegoodgirl.com. If you are a woman who is a leader and you are trying to be more visible in your world and less held back. Okay. Bye now. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful week.